record, that's what I want to happen.
Talk about me being a hoe?
Yes, Jared.
Ooh.
Talking about you being a whore. And that's where the edit is going to start.
Well, because
Jared being a whore.
I'd like more information on that.
Not on this camera.
Okay.
Well, didn't you choke somebody? But then I was smart enough not to do it
I
on
was
camera.
smart enough. Okay.
I was smart enough not to do it on camera.
Right. You're not smart.
Oh.
Excuse me? You are less than, that is my favorite, one of my favorite quotes. So I know everybody's looking like, oh my God, so many beautiful black people. What's happening here?
Mm-hmm.
All this melanin.
Mhm.
I know that's right.
It's giving skin on skin. Skin so
Come
soft.
on now. All over the country. None of us in the same states. With
Right.
technology.
Wait, speaking of where are y'all? Where is everybody?
I'm in Atlanta.
I'm in Maryland.
Okay.
And I'm
Okay.
in Jersey.
Okay, so we got a Jersey housewife and an Atlanta
Yeah.
housewife.
You ain't
I'm in-
lying.
That's right.
I'm in Memphis, Tennessee.
Period.
Okay,
What's up
Memphis.
with it? Memphis, Maine. What's up?
Oh my God. I didn't know I thought you were somewhere else.
No, I'm in Memphis. I'm from Memphis. I lived in Houston for a while, but then I moved back to Memphis.
I used to live in Houston.
Yes.
That's what's up.
I've been dying to get a rib from Memphis.
Oh,
Not a
come
rib.
on. Come on
I've been dying.
down.
I'm like Porsha now. I'm eating me a rib at 10 o'clock in the morning.
It's the most beautiful place in the world.
I love it. And the accents. Yes.
Calvin, where are you?
I'm in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Word.
What you say? I'm in Florida.
Down here with the Republicans.
What part of
What
Florida?
part of Florida?
Ooh.
It's a small little area called Palm Bay, but it's like an hour outside of Orlando.
Oh, okay. So like
Oh,
Central.
Okay.
Yeah, Central.
Okay, cool. We'll say it with a little love.
Okay.
I'm in Palm Bay.
Are you from there?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
dead.
He obviously hates
But
Florida.
the funny thing is,
Right.
people can never call it like.
Oh, I would've
anywhere.
never-
Yeah, no, I wouldn't
they don't
have you
expect-
down for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No. Well,
At all.
Florida man.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not
well,
getting that.
It is what it is.
So we decided to do a lovely mashup between Everybody Just Calm Down and Talk That Talk Reality. It was definitely one of our goals on Everybody Just Calm Down to find a podcast that we all enjoyed, that we wanted to at least do like a little mashup with from time to time, cross-pollinate with all of our different subscribers and things like that, so they can, I guess, go on different
Baby,
platforms.
cross-pollinate. That
Right.
sound real freaky to me.
I know.
Ooh.
Spreading sperm.
What
Y'all
y'all
are
trying to listen
so-
to?
Close
you
your
gotta go.
legs to marry
And you
men.
gotta go. You gotta go, Daniel, because this ain't for you. Look,
This is not my team.
even though you are a pillar in
I
the
actually am a
community.
pillar.
It's
I
all right,
actually am a
friend.
pillar
Friend,
in
we
my
don't
community.
discriminate. We know you married. We don't discriminate though.
Mhm.
Oh, see, they watch, they know.
Yep.
Look,
You've definitely been
Well,
family
pollinated.
of four, right?
Nah.
But yes, we are here to talk about all things Real Housewives of Atlanta, our thoughts so far, and the breakdown of each cast member. So yeah, let's get started in any order, whoever wants to jump in. But what are your thoughts so far on the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Mid.
Oh.
You took the
Mid.
word right out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's very mid. You know what? And honestly, like for me, it ain't so much about the girls. For me, it's like production. I
Mm.
feel like whatever's going on with production this season, and I guess that kind of explains why they took the long hiatus that they had before they actually released the show. But yeah, for me, it ain't even just the girls. It's like production and all. For me, it's very mid.
Co-sign that because there's other housewife shows that have different production teams and they are like on the money. Like every
Mhm.
week it's like a banger. So it's like I understand these are new girls, and I do think there may be like a bit of a learning curve for them to learn how to housewife, but I think production does play a role in that too. But I can see a second go round with this group being better after their initial turn.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm.
I disagree to an extent. Partially, I do agree with you all when it comes to the production. Truly Original, I think, has a problem in general. Truly Original does Atlanta, Potomac, and they also do Dubai, which have all had struggle seasons the past few seasons. So I think there is definitely an issue with the production company overall. And I expected some choppy production with all the mess with Kenya coming out, Phaedra coming in, these swaps at the last minute. However, especially compared to the last two seasons of Atlanta, I think we're headed in the right direction. I'm enjoying this season. It's been entertaining to watch to me. I haven't been bored yet, so I'm enjoying it.
No, I agree on both. I agree with actually all three of you. I agree, Jared, the whole entire production company in a whole has an issue. But I will say I'm not bored. Um, I think they let too much social media come out this season prior to the show even coming out. So we already knew the baseline of a lot of these girls' storylines already. So I don't think they left anything up to the imagination. I think that's where the disconnect is. But also at the same time, there are these little nooks. If you're a true housewife lover, there are these little nooks and little pockets where there's some funny shit happening, and or it's exciting and you are tuned in. So I am tuned in every week, not solely because I'm watching because I'm reviewing, but because I'm genuinely like, "Oh, okay, well, what these crazy nuts about to do now?" Because it is kind of entertaining, I'm not gonna lie. But again, I can see halfway where it could be mid, but also I'm not bored.
I would say, well, I mean, I'm piggybacking off of all of you guys, but I would say that it's a little bit of both for me. I think the marriage isn't really like it's they haven't figured out their stride yet in terms of all these new women and then with the production team. So I was watching Cynthia on Nini's show today, and she was basically saying how the women show up differently from when she was a peach holder with the top cast of season 6, of how they just showed up and just start being themselves and just talking or whatever the case may be. Where now she says the women come into the scene trying to make moments. Who is going to be the Nene? Who is going to be the Cynthia? Who is going to be the Kenya? And I feel that with that proponent of it, when you add in production, knowing everybody has a major issue with how production has been doing things, like even though Danielle was saying it was we knew a lot about the storylines or what the storylines would be prior to the show airing, I also feel maybe production listened a little too much, or at least listening to us, but really not following any directions on how the season should go.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, that's fair.
Because I don't even like the visuals. Like the visuals, it looks like We TV. I know everyone keeps saying Love and Hip Hop, but I see We TV.
Come on, We TV.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Like whatsoever.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of people have had a problem with the visuals. And the crazy thing is, they had just changed the visuals last season. Those visuals were gorgeous. So it's kind of crazy that we went from those to
And we know it's not the budget, so what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, it's definitely
I
not
feel like
that.
they
But
just wanted to change so much that they changed too much all at once.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Dramatic.
A whole new cast, whole new visuals, like all these changes.
It was forced
edit it differently
very quickly. Yeah. That's
on top of the girls forcing stuff.
One of my biggest things with Atlanta, I feel like Atlanta is really one of those cities that it's really hard to shake up how like they did in New York. Because for like a lot of people that look like us, Atlanta is our baby. Like Atlanta is what brought us into this stratosphere. And so like when you take like all of our OGs and you just throw them to the side, like you really not listening to what we saying, like this is who we want. For me, that's kind of what put the nasty taste in my mouth with them about this new cast.
Fair.
Now, of course, I still think it's pretty mid, but not to the point where I'm not enjoying the girls watching them. Obviously, every week I'm still watching. But I just think, again, like Atlanta is like, for me anyway, that it's that one franchise that I think is going to be hard to shake up like a New York where you can do a whole new cast. And maybe those people still watch, where
That's
as
fair.
Atlanta's like, you're looking for key people with Atlanta. every
Yes.
time. And when you don't get those key people, you're not
Yeah.
really buying into it.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
And to that exact point, like you mentioned, because for people of our color, etc., Atlanta was so many of our introductions to the show. It's
Mhm.
going to be so hard for that show to cast people that are not fans of Brit Edie, and they come in acting like fans, and then we get somebody like a Brit Edie.
Facts.
Again, talking about the Cynthia being on Nene Leakes show, she talks about like how Atlanta had to be one of the Atlanta, Jersey, and Beverly Hills, which I would probably say are and New York would be
Old Roni.
the ones that had the Roni.
Yeah.
Old Roni.
Old
We
Roni.
had the longest running of consistent anchors of the show.
Mm-hmm.
For us, as the blacks, we would change, but hold up now.
Sorry.
Embarrassing.
I got a text. I was like, let me do not disturb, child.
But we need our anchors, and obviously they knew not to give us a whole new cast.
Well, yeah.
But
hell, they might as well. Shit, but what they gave us. Because what Porsha doing?
What is like? Speaking of that, actually, we could just get into the girls.
Okay, are we just gonna go
let's
ahead and
get-
get into
Let's
it?
get into the girls. Hold on, let me start sharing the screens and things because I'm here for that. Okay. Let me know if y'all can see everything. Can you see Porsche?
Don't make me
We
call
see her.
Porsche.
Oh, and she was the
Okay.
first. Okay, good. All right,
Porsche
so
look good though.
Porsche look good.
Okay.
Always.
That like
Porsche look
I
good.
don't even like the girls like that, but she can crawl into bed at nighttime.
Shit, she crawled to bed at nighttime with me.
Okay, she said she like a threesome
Listen,
friend.
Right.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, if Porsche said she was gonna fuck my husband, I believe her. She couldn't come nowhere near my husband. I know that for a fact.
Baby,
Not with
Angela
that little
said she do it for a sport.
Not with that
Wait,
little donkey
did y'all
booty.
see the preview?
Oh.
Did y'all see the preview?
Nasty.
Did y'all see the preview
Absolutely.
for next week?
No.
Yeah.
I have
Y'all,
it.
she
Yeah,
is
I see
so
that.
it's the preview with her, and she invites Porsha to play tennis, but she says Angela says in her confessional, well, yeah, I invited her to one of our investment properties because why would I invite somebody that's gonna fuck my husband? Of course she's not coming to my home. I said,
Okay.
Angela, come on.
Not with that old rump on the back of her back. Oh no.
Okay.
She can't come nowhere near my husband. Please.
Right.
Please.
So do y'all think Simon is the reason why she's having the season that she's having? You think he maybe got that gag around her neck?
I think that's partially the reason. Yeah, I think she, I will give Porsche a little bit of grace. I think she is limited as far as what she can film, where she can film, what she can talk about, and of course, when she signed on, her situation was totally different.
Right.
So I would give her grace in that aspect. I think she's trying her best, but of course, with her being the focal point of the show and her return being such a focal point, of course, we all expected more. So I get both sides of it.
I agree with that. I just wish she could have dug a little deeper than Drew.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
that was the best you could come up with. Like
Word, that's a
what
word.
else?
Well,
My friend is so shady.
no, but
leave Drew alone.
Huh?
I'm just saying that was the best she could come up with was like, well, I can't talk about Simon, so fuck it, Drew. Like,
Yeah.
okay, what else? Like
Well-
clearly there has to be something else going on in your life other than
Well-
Drew.
That's the issue that I'm having with Porsche. The issue is here. No, it really is an issue here because I think
Don't make me call Porsche.
so. The issue is that I think that they bigged her up so much, and like you said, this returning season, the rise from the Phoenix, rising from the ashes, right? She's not giving full on queen bee behavior. She wants to give
she's not.
Nene, but then she still wants to give Grand Dame energy, and it's not really overlapping. Like the story is not believable, and every time she tells a story, it actually really isn't even believable. Like when she started crying at that barbecue, talking about Simon ain't pick up the phone for Pilar. Pilar got a whole dad. She don't give a damn about that man that she met a year ago.
Okay,
Correct.
call your daddy, baby.
Call Dennis anytime you want.
I don't know if y'all ever watched Kaya and T.S. Madison when they had
Call
their show
your
together.
daddy, raise your
Yeah,
name.
raise your name.
Yeah.
Call your daddy.
Call your daddy.
Call your daddy.
It's always been call your daddy.
Right. Call your daddy. You need some money? Call your
Girl.
Call
daddy.
your daddy.
Right.
Girl.
But no, so I love the points you guys made about Porsha, and I can piggyback off of that completely because I feel like she calculate she didn't pivot properly. If he has this gag on you, how about you come in being the fun-loving Porsha that's in here throwing out a million and one jokes that is trying to like be a mentor to the girls, giving nothing but jokes. Even when Nene didn't have a storyline, Nene was the comedic. She was giving comedy. She was giving jokes. Her confessionals were everything. And I feel like Porsha should have leaned into that instead of following the Drew storyline. Because guess what? Actually, that's a read on Drew. I'll wait till we get to Drew. But it just, I feel like she could have pivoted in a much better way. One of my things about Porsha is that, like, I forget that Portia's in her 40s. Because she's just so fun and bubbly. And we get that there are certain moments that pop through. But when the Drew of it all pops up, I'm like, who is this? What is this? And why do you honestly care? Like, I don't get it.
I think it just goes to show that maybe we all, like everyone, just had her on too high of a pedestal, and she's truly not that interesting without a strong cast around her. Like she needed the Nene, she needed the Kenya, she needed those seasoned people, because now that it's kind of up to her to hold it up, it's crumbling.
No, that is so fair, because honestly, her in the bed with Cynthia in Nashville was probably the best moment we've had all season. And I was like, wow. And that just makes so much sense now, because honestly, it was organic. That was the first
Not
time
organic.
Okay, come on,
Not
Nene.
organic. Not
Organic.
organic.
Okay.
Child. Listen, I'm really in the character now, child. I'm believing it.
All right. And perfect. Perfect.
For lion self.
Come on,
Speaking of
Delulu.
crumbling,
Y'all, this is my girl. Don't take it easy on her, okay?
Whoa.
No.
Chase loved Drew, and I always
I
got
love
But
Drew.
why?
You like who?
Well, this the thing. Well, here's the thing. Some people have really pointed out some good things about Drew's situation on our platform. So obviously, I think Drew is very forgettable this season, unfortunately. But I think it's also because of what she's going through with the divorce. And a couple people have pointed out that nobody has really genuinely asked her, like, how she's doing as far as it goes with her separation. And so I think at this point, like, she's just trying to stay above water, just to make sure she keep her spot on the show. And so some people feels like they're trying to ice her out to make her spot available. And some people saying Cynthia in on it because she wants the spot. But I don't know. I feel bad for my girl, because last season she had a great season. I mean, she made it to first chair last season. But I love my girl Drew.
That was a disgrace of Real Housewives
That
of
was
Atlanta
sad.
history to have Drew. That clip came up a week ago, and I was gagged. I was like, she had first fucking chair.
For sure.
Wow,
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yuck.
All
right, but who
on
is
the
over next? I'm not gonna go.
on the back of a lie. So my issue with Drew is it is on the back of a lie. First of all, she looks great, but what I'm saying is everything about Drew just seems not authentic, right? From even the conversations that she's having with Ralph getting his own confessionals. There's some conversations. The only real time I actually felt bad for Drew was last episode when she lost that damn court battle to Miss Mamas in the red heels.
Okay.
Now that upset me. No, well, because
Okay.
Miss Mama, he may have changed counsel 3 times, but third time's a charm. So
Do you hear
that
me?
was the first time I actually genuinely felt bad for her, because there is something that is going to come out that you do not want us to see. And that's the Drew that I actually would be interested in. And like you said, Chase, very forgettable. She late every scene, so it is forgettable. You're not there, sweetie. So yeah, Drew is like, I mean, whatever. Snoresville.
Friend, I'm just Delulu. That's all.
It's okay. Me too.
I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Drew has been on the show since 2020, and I'm just expecting a little bit more from her at this point. Like at the end of the day, this is a job, and if you've been on your job for 5 years, you need to be performing a little better than what you're doing. Like, yes, this you are going through a divorce, and I feel like we've been going through this divorce with her for years now, almost feels like. And it's not getting any juicier or any more interesting. It's actually starting to get where it's like, just go off the show and deal with that and come back
Please.
better. I remember
Yes.
some like funny, memorable moments with Drew, like in the past. Her banter with Sheree, I lived for, like their pettiness. Like I miss that Drew.
Yeah.
So I think she needs to just deal with her stuff and like come back in a better light, because I don't know, right now it's just not giving, and like y'all said, forgettable.
Yeah. No, yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, being that this is her fourth season as a full-time housewife. She's somehow the only housewife from last season that has returned. And I just need more considering all of that. She pissed me off so bad this most recent episode, where first of all, she showed up yet again late to a group event. And then when the shit is popping off with Angela, this bitch gonna get up off the sofa and walk away. Talking about, I just can't deal with that right now. You just got there. Do your job. And on top of that, Angela was riding for you so hard in Nashville. They sitting there coming for Angela, and you gonna get your ass up and walk away. Like, girl, please. So yeah, I need more from Drew, and I'm kind of disappointed because I felt like she was picking up steam, particularly after that scene that she did with Brit, and now she's just back to flopping.
That was the best part of the season, to be honest with you. Because did you sell it?
True.
Did you sell it? Jared, did you sell it in Dallas?
Ooh.
Or was it free? But no. With Drew.
Put the man on the spot.
Okay, it's getting good in here.
but with Drew, he was with his man, aka production, so it's fine, guys. But no, with Drew, again, and the most forgettable castmate we've ever had. I actually think that she might be worse than Kim Fields.
Oh,
in my opinion.
That's hard.
I never forgot about Kim Fields when she on that whole season. When I watched it, literally, I'm not joking. Last episode, no, let's be clear. Last episode, we were all of us are watching it. Maybe probably everybody except for Chase on this call was like, "Where's Drew?" Like Chase was like, "Where's Drew? Where's my girl? Where's my girl?" All of us were like just watching the show.
You trying?
And then when she pulled up, I said, "Oh shit, Drew is on the show." I forgot because she's always late. And what is it? What is it from? I don't know if y'all watch Braxton. It's like Drew is always late.
Yeah.
Like she's always late. And honestly, I feel like this is more of a production thing where I don't think that they wanted to bring that girl back. I really don't believe they wanted to bring that girl back because in the way that she's always late to an event, it's like an afterthought. Like she was negotiating her contract or something like that. And then when Kenya left, it was like, okay, we'll keep her. Because the way they keep popping up, because I don't know if y'all noticed, I feel like it's the same vibe with Monietta. The way they keep showing Monietta popping up in every event, it's like,
Baby.
Oh God!
That
now,
won't go away.
Yes.
Please don't bring her back, please.
Why they have to show her? Why they have to flash to that scene of her opening that little box on the table? What the fuck was that for?
They're trying to make her work because Drew was late. They're like, well, I guess we'll record Monietta. Drew was late. What else we got?
I'd rather Mel get on the show.
She's gonna need to come a little harder if she's gonna be late than coming in a Balmain t-shirt. You late for the events in a t-shirt. Like,
in a leather,
girls, you know,
with her leather skirt.
Child.
I can't.
Don't get me started. Oof.
It's okay,
any
Drew.
other
I
thoughts
love you, Drew.
About y'all, Miss Sidora? Y'all good?
No, nothing for Miss Jordan.
You get nothing from me. Goodbye. Miss
Mama's in the 27-piece.
So we have, where is Shia? Where is Shia? I miss her.
Wait, friend, I've been trying to figure out what it is about the hair, and that's it. It's the 27 piece. That's
I
what it is.
I told y'all when they first put this season and when they first launched this picture, I said she looks like an amazing 57-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Oh,
She
My
do
God,
good.
today.
That's a
My God,
27
today.
piece.
But you know what? I don't know
you
where,
know they gonna eat us up
baby, they
tomorrow.
gonna eat
Oh,
us. They hate when
they
we
gonna
talk
eat it.
about Shamia.
Oh,
But
they
I
Oh.
like Shamia. But here's the thing. I think again, Shamia is just like the Porsche situation where people are hyping her up too much. Like, yes, she has a beautiful home. Yes. She has a bubbly personality. Yes. But beyond that, like, I feel like she's not bringing anything. I don't see her being no glue nowhere, baby. It ain't Elmer's or whatever glue it is.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole thing about her being the glue of the group, I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Because I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they fed us lies in that first episode when it came to Shamia and had us hyped up for nothing.
Mhm.
Shamia has gotten so comfortable being Portia's sidekick that she don't know how to come out of it. Is what
Ooh,
I'm seeing.
come out. She told that prophet to bring her
Like,
out.
you literally
Come out of there.
The thing is, Shamia has the makeup to be a great housewife. She has everything Portia wants to have,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
she don't know how to come out of Portia's shadow. She's Portia's shadow, and she need to stand on her own. And
Mhm.
her storyline has just been being Portia's echo and fighting her battles with her. But
Mm.
what else? And another
Oh.
issue I see with Shamia is her husband doesn't want to film with her. And me personally, I feel like the husbands kind of are a staple to being a housewife. You have a husband and they're somewhat involved. And this man is not filming like at
At
all.
all. Mm-mm.
Like she in the kitchen flirting with the chef. Like the
Mm.
husband ain't
Ooh.
around.
Okay.
Now,
Mm.
between her and
Now
Mama
you may be
Martin,
dragged for that one.
you may
You
be
might be
dragged for
dragged
that
for
one.
that one.
Now, no, but you know what though?
That's
I'll
our
be
I'm
the
not.
bad
facts.
guy.
But you know what though? I won't take any Shamia slander now. She is the voice of Atlanta, allegedly. What you say, Aaron?
Oh.
Aaron was the only one that knew that. Remember? We didn't know that at
Well,
all.
Shamia's everywhere in Atlanta. Even before she was on like she's literally
No,
everywhere.
and
You
only
can't
the
go
girls in
anywhere,
Atlanta know
any
that.
event without knowing Atlanta, without seeing Shamia.
The girls up here didn't know that. I'm telling you that right now. We didn't know that. But what I'm
Yes,
saying
we
is she does, I agree. She has the makeup to be an amazing housewife. I do want her, and I don't need her to be messier. I just want her to like venture out and do other things, like you said, other than being Portia's long-term friend. I didn't like when they were in Nashville and she was like, since I'm her best friend, I should have the best room. And I was just like, best friend, best friend. She's really running with this story. I didn't notice it until that episode when she kept saying that, and I was just like, "It's so weird." Like, and Aaron, you know, I'm like, friend, I can't stand when nobody beg for nobody friendship, girl. You look desperate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. You too damn rich and too beautiful
Yes.
to be worried about somebody as your
Yes.
friend that again wants everything that you actually have, and that's no shade.
Mm.
Yeah,
So.
no, I completely agree with everything that everyone said. The premiere kind of catfished us into thinking that she was this centerpiece holder in this glue, which she has not lived up to. Angela hit the nail on the head when she said that she needs to get her nose out of Portia's ass because that's the only place she's been. You know, based on what we've seen from this second half of the season, there's going to be potentially this rift between her and Portia. Maybe we'll see something different. I will partially hold my breath and see. But right now, I think she's wasting her potential. But maybe we'll get something different.
For me, I was cool on Shamia. I enjoyed her energy. Like it was crazy. I enjoy Shamia's energy the most when she's entering a scene and then it dies shortly after. Like I let she come in and doing all the Mary J. Blige shit and like moving like that. I enjoy it so much. And then, like you said, like everyone said, she starts to do this Porsha puppet master type of thing where what everyone said about Cynthia back in the day
Yeah.
is actually what I think Shamia is giving when it comes to her relationship with Porsha. I also feel like this last episode really pissed me off. Like really pissed me off. Like when it came to like the whole Angela of it all, and when she's like defending herself and says, well, it wasn't my battle. Well, what about all those other fucking battles that Porsha was in, dog? Like you was jumping in mad hard there. And then I don't like all of us. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak for everybody, but I would looking at you guys' content, and I know our content, well, except for the bitch on the panel, all of us love Angela, right? Like we all fuck with Angela.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Jada, you
don't
ready to
think
fight? I know
Shamia
get some more tequila.
I just feel like she's on the wrong. You're on the wrong team. You on the
You're the
wrong
wrong
team.
team.
Like you going against Angela, and Angela, the way Angela sliced and diced you
Beat her
about like you're a
up.
wife. Like what? Why would you be okay with someone saying that about someone else's husband? Because again, like I said on our last review, what makes you think that your man is exempt?
Right. Facts.
Not Gerald.
So, not HVAC G.
Listen.
They need to, yeah. Shamia gotta do better. Like you can't live a life like that, look like that, have the things that you have, also be as quick as you are. The girls are calling you the female Jamie Foxx,
Right.
and you moving like a number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who called her the
That's
female
all.
Jamie Foxx?
Okay. Where they come
Okay,
from?
she did, but whatever.
Oh,
All right.
I was
Okay.
like,
Who
said that?
Relax.
Maybe. Okay, who said that?
Who said that?
Yeah, you know, also like I'm over all the singing too, girls.
Oh,
Cut the mic off.
thank you.
Girl.
Baby, sit back, relax. I'ma handle all of that.
But let's hear Drew shit.
Whoa.
Oh, God, Lord.
My friend got the
my
scaries.
Oh, how dreadful. A fashion show with no fashions.
Okay, everyone say one positive thing first. Who going first?
Beautiful gowns.
I was gonna say beautiful hair.
I think she's a pretty girl.
Nah, yeah, I think she's pretty. Nasal issues aside, she's very beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. I think she's a beautiful girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Great skin. Great skin.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Pretty
talk
good.
that talk, because y'all was eating up those little legs with that BBL. I saw that.
Okay, but they got
I
look.
said she was a
But
pretty
the
girl.
mug
I ain't
is
say-
the
I'm talking
mug
about
is
her
right.
face.
The mug is right. Neck down, we got a problem.
Now I don't like that. I didn't like that. But now I didn't like that. And that gold bathing suit. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at
No.
all.
Yeah. So, Aaron, to your point of Cynthia on Nene's interview, I watched it as well today. And she said like they come in like who I gotta be the Nene. And I think this is exactly Brit's problem. I think she came in gunning for Kenya because she felt like she needed to be the Kenya of the show. You know, yeah, I just feel like again, production. I feel like production got it so wrong. I feel they should have nipped all it in the bud on the early end, so we wouldn't even had to be at the issue with Kenya. To me, it shouldn't even made it that far. But yeah, I think Brit is. I think her goal was to come at Kenya, and bitch, you got to give it to her. She came in and did what she wanted to do.
No, it's fair.
Do you think she? I'm sorry, guys, but do you think she did it, or do you think Kenya did it to herself? Because I wouldn't give Brit that much. I think Kenya did it to herself.
I think Kenya fell for the okie doke.
Fair.
I think Kenya fell for the okie doke, but I think Brit had. I think Brit won. Obviously, she was produced. I mean, let's just tell the truth. She was produced to bring a moment, and I think she knew to go after the big gun.
Yeah,
and
that's
she was
fair.
smart enough to know to go after the big gun.
Right.
I
No, that's
honestly
fair.
think production was okay with it, and that they're okay with kind of putting her in the villain shoes with Kenya
That's why she
gone,
did.
because Kenya has kind of been the villain
Yeah.
of the show, like
Right.
the one you love to hate, kind of. So I think they're okay with her stepping in that role, and it seems like that's just what's gonna play out, because it's like she's the one that falls out with like everybody at some point.
Yeah, but she's not a good villain though, because I feel like to be a good villain, like you got to have good reads, you got to be quick on your feet.
Well, right, and you have to own it
slow.
too. You have to own it.
Yeah. Sorry. She a little slow to me. It's slow as in like slow with her reads.
No.
Like she's not. Her reads aren't witty enough to be a villain.
No, that's
You know what I'm
that's
saying? Like,
fair.
she
It
just
doesn't
likes
roll off her
to.
tongue.
She like to fight. She pistol packing. She want to fight. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
She like she from Memphis or something.
Yeah, she's Brit, God bless her. She's so out of her league here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's immature, she's not intellectual, she can't keep up with the
Mm-hmm.
girls in a verbal spar. With that
Mm-hmm.
being said, every show needs a villain and she's there. I personally still enjoy watching her getting whacked every episode, so I don't mind her still being there. But
No,
Right.
she's hilarious.
that is fair. That is fair. I do. Because you know why we like seeing her get ate up so much is because she walks herself into every
Every
battle she
time.
goes into. She walks
Mhm.
right into it. From
Mm-hmm.
miles on your mouth, she walked right into that.
Show me.
I don't have
Real
stretch
slow,
marks.
real
I
slow,
don't have stretch marks
real
on my
slow,
mouth.
girl.
Okay, catch up, baby.
Real
So
slow.
so again, and then also too with little Brit again, I think being a housewife is again in 2025 and where this whole phenomenon is being a housewife is at pretty high standard, like you've made it right. So
Right.
I think for her it's not authentic when she's walking around the house like, mommy, do you want to go to the sauna, mommy,
Oh,
where we're getting
Um, a
renovations,
friend, a mommy she don't even like.
oh.
and the mom don't
Tell
like
the
her either,
truth. Tell the truth.
and your sisters don't
Took the
like you
words
either
right out my mouth.
actually.
No.
Child. She, to me, I I think in one of the episodes we did, we were comparing her to Kenya in terms of
Excuse
the
me.
villain role. And I remember watching the earlier seasons of Kenya, and when Kenya would get into people, like I couldn't take Kenya. I couldn't stand Kenya in the
Mhm.
beginning.
No.
And my thing will always be like, oh my God, it's so easy to eat up Kenya. Why aren't y'all eating her up? Like it's not that difficult like Nene would, but like I really the things that how Kenya showed up, I was like, oh, I would just go to the juggler with Kenya and just end her. And she wouldn't be able to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you gave us a juice about your mom. Oh, it's over.
Mhm.
You're done.
Mhm.
Every time.
With Brit, she's getting mocked and mocked and mocked. And
Excuse me.
I'm enjoying every bit of it. Like
Mhm.
I genuinely that she has not had a redeeming moment yet. Even just in the trailer where she throws her titties on the thing. Did y'all see that part in the
Mhm.
trailer?
Mhm.
But you got a
Oh.
problem with well, I guess showing your titties and sucking dick on camera is different.
She did webcam. She don't give a damn about that. You see how she had her leg
Okay.
up in front of that man at the car dealership? She don't give a damn. Once
Right.
a hoe, always a hoe.
Well,
Oh.
Jesus
So do y'all like seeing her getting her ass handed to her because of her basically getting the OG put off the show? Or is it just y'all just enjoy it
No,
for the hell of it?
I think it's her
I
beating.
just enjoy it.
I enjoy
Yeah,
for the
it's her
hell of it.
beating. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just her existence. I'm not a
yeah,
fan, like
yeah.
whatsoever. Like
I
I
got you.
truly do not feel like I always say there's two sides to a housewives. That's them in the group and them in their and when they have their solo scenes. They're her in the group and her in the solo scenes with her family. Nothing redeeming about her
No,
whatsoever.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Not one bit.
Mm-mm.
I did see them on the Beltline maybe like a month ago, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago or something like that.
Tell the
I
truth.
saw Mike. I saw the husband first. And I was like, why he look so familiar to me? And then I looked a little bit to the left and she was right there. I was like, oh shit. He must have saw that he looks a hot ass mess on camera. He looked much better in person. Like much better in person.
Hmm.
This is like right after the episode had aired when all that shit had come out. But yeah.
Mm.
Friend, you didn't go up and try to get an exclusive?
No, I was not. I'm so delusional.
Baby, you better pull out that phone, say you with TMZ or something,
No,
and
but
just
look,
edit that part out.
No, look, I think we're much bigger than what we are. So in my head, I was like, I was just dragging them the other day. When they recognize us and they try to fight me, pull out their pistols and whips.
Okay.
Ain't got time. And the person I was with,
Okay.
I don't know if they about that life, so I might have got drunk. So I was like,
That's funny.
But yeah, let's see.
Mm.
And then we are on to Miss Kelly Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
Little Hobbit.
Okay, little hobby. So you know what? Starting out, I did not like Kelly, and
No.
honestly, I did not like Kelly for how she was coming so hard at Porsha because I was
Yeah.
still rooting for Porsha as the OG,
Right.
as this is her return. So I wasn't checking for Kelly. Kelly has started to slowly grow on me. However, this last episode, I'm just like, girl, you you tired. Like what is going on? Like why are you chiming in about a mistress baby when you clearly going through a whole divorce situation? Like
We
let's
ate
not
her
do
up.
that.
We ate
Yeah.
Chase. We already ate her up for that, and I couldn't agree with you more with that.
Yeah.
I can honestly say, not even speaking for us, but we were not fans of Kelly. You came in with this big ass mouth, this like larger
Mm-hmm.
than life personality, and it was just a little too much. And they said the waffles and the chicken is really not that good either. So
Oh,
I gotta
they
drag
said
the
that. I never
food.
said. I cook. So so I was like, oh my God, they said it was nasty. But what I'm saying is you came in, the character development is actually, I do like the character development. However, like I said, last episode, she actually really did. It was a little too much. And now we know, fast forward, you trying to jump in and trying to help a friend. Did it land? Because did you see that portion now? Because her little bestie, Brit,
Hmm.
are going at it now too. So the character development on her was good, but I need a little more. I feel bad she's in a situation. I'm glad she has security.
Our friend be reading her
and
about that
she
security.
don't let us forget I liked Kelly
Okay.
in the beginning, actually, when the season first started. I
Mm,
actually I kind of liked the fact that she came out the gate and just like boom right at Portia, because that was like a huge unanswered question that I feel like a lot of viewers wanted to talk about.
mm,
So I was like, okay, I'm here for it. She isn't a new girl that wants to just be in Portia's good graces to the point that she refuses to bring it up or challenge her. So I appreciated that. Now I'm starting to like get to the place where I'm like, okay, Kelly, what's going on? What are you doing? Like, I'm not really feeling like what I've been seeing as of lately. And then the dog stuff, and it's just like it's just starting to just get stale and ridiculous. And I think she will. I'm hoping that her beef with Brit will show a different side of her. You know what I mean? Like once
Mhm.
she stops trying to just like jump into Brit's fights and then they're no longer friends, like we'll probably see a different Kelly. So I'm
right.
hopeful that we'll kind of like get back to a place where like, okay, she's good for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Mm.
definitely was not on the Kelly train initially. I thought she came in too hot in the premiere episode, and that she was one of those girls who's trying to make a moment. But she has grown on me. Now I can kind of see that is kind of her personality. She is kind of a straight shooter, so I can see more so where that kind of is more natural for her than I initially thought. However, agreeing with everyone else, she has kind of annoyed me recently, specifically at the Bailey Q when she jumped in on Angela, trying to have Brits back and yada yada yada. It annoyed me, but I look forward to seeing what's coming up this season, especially what happens with her and Brit. But Kelly's cool. I wish she would stop yelling all the time. That's my only thing.
Mm-hmm.
Big old
Mm.
mouth.
Well, I kind of feel attacked because I don't know value. So I
Yeah.
relate to Kelly a lot. Okay, bitch,
That's
relax.
fair. You are a big
I
mouth
really don't
bitch.
know value. Not even trying to be funny. So I know somebody in my front office in my complex or whatever, right? And they were like told me that my neighbor was like, he has really colorful music taste. And I think he has like a girlfriend named Danielle. I say, there's no way I'm that fucking loud. And they live under me.
They said you
Crazy.
a big mouth
But anywho,
bitch.
hello. With Kelly piggybacking off of everybody essentially, except for Kelvin, because I think you said you liked her in the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, you doing too much. That girl ain't come back initially when all that stuff happened. So I don't really care about the whole Simon of it all as far as taking Fallon away. I mean, taking Simon away from Fallon. But then as the season went on, I really started to like Kelly. I enjoyed her solo scenes with her family. I enjoyed her story in terms of, when she's with her family and then everything that's going on with her marriage. But this last episode, that jumping in, piggybacking off, like, oh yeah, well, what about that baby though? Ma'am,
Trash.
calm down. You have a lot to worry about, worrying about this lady's alleged baby that she had on her, that Charles had on her. Like that really threw me. It really threw me. I was actually shocked by that because as you are one of the newer girls, and I feel like at that time, as much time they spent with each other, you should have had some warning signs about Brit that you should not be riding as hard as you are with Brit at that moment. So it makes me kind of feel it's like you came so hard at who would be the OG, which would be Porsha, but then you're riding with someone that shows you nothing but examples of why you really on the wrong team, my guy. So I'm a little nervous when it comes to Kelly right now.
That's fair.
Fair.
Yeah. And then we are gonna move on to the legend in the making.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Come on, Miss Mamas. So I think we should
All right.
let the hater go first.
Come on,
so
Danielle.
that way we can drag. Oh, we already knew who the hater was. All I had to say was the hater. He already knew.
Shut up,
Listen,
Chase.
this what I've been wanting to know. I've been ready for this all day, so I am ready.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Oakley, Miss Mamas. Listen, I don't got nothing to say. Listen, and I'm gonna start off with something good. Listen, the body is tea, whether she's 65 or 45. Because the girls say they don't know how old she is. Now I'm just saying that. I'm not ageist. The girl, she's a woman of a particular age. Okay. So what I'm saying is Miss Mama's body is lit. Okay. I love it to death. However,
Don't backpedal now, can you? Don't backpedal now.
however, there are a lot of things that I like Angela for TV, but again, I said this once and I'll say it again. As far as her being a true friend and authentic girl, there are just some characteristics that are not my favorite person. Again, she's outspoken. Okay, the rest of us are as well. But I just think because she's bigger and she says it louder that
It's not
it's
bigger.
true. Just because you're one of the tallest, well, it's standing on business, and that is fine, Paris Hilton. But again, just because you are a size 12 and you're saying blah 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 like this, it doesn't make it true. Like I don't know, she just rubs me the wrong way. It's something about her, and it's the snide remarks that she says to the other girls, but a different delivery. But then when someone says a snarky comment back, it always circles back like, well, why would you say that about her nose? Girl, the girl's been talking about bad nose jobs for years. Why'd you say that her husband had an alleged baby on the way? The girl's been saying husbands had affairs and had kids on them. So what is it to you? Why are you above all this? That's my thing. And that's it. Y'all can drag me.
All right, friend. No. But here's my thing with Angela. I feel like Angela came in playing chess and not checkers. And here's what I mean by that. So in the beginning, to me, Angela was very, very forgettable. Like our first episode, I was like, child, why is she here? Who is she? I still don't know her. But when you watch her interviews, she say like she came in very quiet, getting to know people because she thought it was going to be one way. But when she saw what it really was, she was like, all right, then let's roll with it. So one thing I love about Angela is I feel like obviously now, again, these girls have something to look at when they come on these shows. I feel like Angela really studied Real Housewives of Atlanta, that she really know how to move how the OGs move in these shows. And so Angela, like her reads are effortlessly. She reads effortlessly. Also, she don't get shaken by anything. So just like when the last back and forth with Brit, baby, she sat there with her Big Bird outfit on, let y'all know, like, yes, I heard it, but I'm a play into it, and sit there and read that girl for a fifth, and then break a sweat other than that wig lifting up. But yeah, Angela at this point, child, I am a fangela. Absolutely, she can do no wrong for me because I feel like she's proven to me as a viewer that, oh, bitch, I can come in here and really work the show. I really can. So, yeah, I love Miss Angela. I enjoy her. She's very entertaining. And again, she feels like that last hope of having the OGs on the show. That's what she feels like to me.
Ooh, great point. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think Angela definitely came in like, let me feel this out. She did make a point on the after show to say like they thought I was just this like sweet woman, but like I'm not totally that girl. And I think they took that and they tried to run with it. So that's why it's like everybody versus Angela, and we just gonna pick at her. And now she's showing the girls like I'm not the one. She has a reputation because of her husband, and she knows it. Carlos King mentioned that they have been trying to get her on the show for years. So I think she went into this knowing who she is and like I must be the one. Like I'm that bitch. Like that y'all been trying to get me on this show. Like so really all of y'all other girls are just like y'all should be so lucky to be here. You know, like I've been turning this shit down. So like
Period.
you know, and here I am now and she sit pretty, she's poised, she's classy. And she like Chase said, she don't break a sweat. She'll read you and have a smile on her face. And she's 44 to be exact.
To be exact. To be exact. Well.
Yeah. You know, as we know, I was the first on our show to be on the Angela train.
Okay, girl.
And you know, I completely agree with you, Chase and Kelvin. It's just not only it's the reads, it's the execution of the reads, the delivery. She has a way with words. It's the way that she delivers the reads with a smile on her face. She's quick, the reads are clever. Like I just can't get enough of it. As soon as that episode came on when she told Shamia, that's not the temperature of the room I like to operate in, I said, oh, that's my bitch right there.
Period.
So yeah, same. She can do no. Well, she can do. She has been annoying me a little bit lately outside of the show and the press because I feel like she is kind of tiptoeing around this baby situation when we all kind of tell what the real situation is. I wish she would just kind of stand on it the way she does everything else. That aside, what I'm really looking forward to is seeing how she performs at the reunion because if she gives me what I feel like she's going to give me, I think she's going to give one of those great old school Atlanta reunion performances that we used to love. So I can't wait to see it.
Piggybacking off of everybody except for the hater, I think Angela, like everyone said, definitely harkens back to old Atlanta. The way that she reads is effortless. It doesn't feel rehearsed. It feels like it just comes off the dome. I think one thing that I don't see a lot of people talking about is how Porsha, who would be the longest running housewife on the show outside of Cynthia, even though she's like a friend of, Angela is handling Porsha. Like if you had never watched the show before, and I asked you the question of who's been on the show longer between Porsha and Angela, most people would say Angela,
Right.
because Porsha is not really wanting to fight Angela. It's like, oh, I see how she moving. Let me leave this girl alone. Because there was even tea. Hello? Because even Angela said that in an interview that she said she had to call backup. That's why Phaedra came along. And apparently there's going to be some mess with Phaedra and Angela. But everything about Angela, there was also some tea about Angela in the interview with Cynthia and Nene that apparently Angela was at the event where, remember when Kim showed up real late to that event back in the day? Nene was hosting that event. And she was like, you know, Troy's got practice, and she had to leave.
The brunch?
Yes, the brunch. She was at that brunch.
Okay.
Because they was interviewing that girl way back then. And then also she's part of that Women of Success thing that Nene has as well. So the girl has been in the orbit for a while. Angela, like everyone said, she is very much so like old school Atlanta. Just everything about her vibe is giving me that. And I really enjoy Angela on this show. I just need her to tell her people on her side, stop looking at the fucking camera. Stop looking directly in the camera. Because Charles, if it's one thing he's going to do, he's going to look at that camera.
Charles.
He's going to break that wall.
Yeah, now, the kid thing now, she cleared up the kid thing now. Was it honest? I don't know. But she said the kid situation is not Charles. It's actually her daughter's father that had the baby on her.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I'm sorry.
You don't believe it, friend?
And this is another thing. This is why, and I just said this. This is the thing that you know the son that she is currently recording with in the home, right? He is 11 years old. Even that child doesn't belong to Charles. They both was out there probably doing stuff. I'm sorry. And people keep saying break baby, break baby, break baby, break baby, my ass. I don't give a damn. Y'all married and then y'all getting back together. Somebody had a baby and it wasn't, and it ain't the spouses. Let's get to the bottom of it. I'm sorry. And like I say,
Okay,
now
girl.
you're saying Wendy Williams lied. That was another thing. You're saying Wendy lied.
She definitely said that.
She said Wendy
Yeah.
lied. Now Wendy broke this story years ago before we even knew Angela was going to be on this show.
Right.
Okay, all right, moving on because you're not about to keep dragging my girl. Well, we can't even do Phaedra because she
Friend
not
says
there.
she got points to make.
All right, so then last but not least, friend of Cynthia.
Okay. What Marlo say? Cynthia, you bald head, scallywag. Cynthia, you know, I'm off and on with Cynthia this season. I feel like this last episode, she really jumped into the auntie role very well. I think she played the auntie role very well. Now, I feel like Cynthia's there to get that check, which I ain't mind. 50 cent, get your check. But otherwise, I feel like really the direction that the show look like is going, like she just need to let the girls have it. Like let them have it. Let them birth something new.
No, that's fair. I agree. The only thing is, Cynthia, we love Cynthia. Cynthia Bailey is the face. She done gained a little weight, looks great on her. My only thing is, damn it, Cynthia, you and those wigs. I want to know who is A, styling them, B, who is A, passing you through the check to say, yes, we're clear to shoot with the wig on. And then, third of all, you looking in the mirror and saying, I look great. Let's move on with it. That's my one thing.
Oh, friend, you didn't like the bob wig.
Prince
This shit was
Charming?
tight.
Oh,
and
I
was not a
love
fan.
that bob. Babe, stiff wear. You hear me? I like the bob.
Bitch, it was tight.
Okay, completely folded under.
Hello.
Cynthia's not doing it for me. I personally wish they would have picked a different OG to be the friend of, preferably one that doesn't go to bed early and miss all the moments and things going on and then have to get caught up the next day like a granny. Like, I would have took Sheree over Cynthia because she would have been more
Sheree
involved.
Sheree would've
She
been
would have
great.
been she would have been carrying them bones. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been like, get me caught up. Like, no, Sheree would have had the tea. She would have brought it to the girls. She
Right.
would have listened to what you had to say, told the girl over there, and she would have got it jumped off. Cynthia is sleepy, and the performance is too.
Sheree against Brit.
Oh, that
Now-
would be iconic.
Now, I've heard several times that Sheree actually was offered a friend contract and turned it down, which I could definitely see happening.
I could believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she did like make this cryptic post way back before the cast. She did one of her "Know Your Worth," blah blah blah. She did one of those weird posts. So I'm sure that did
Okay.
happen.
Mm.
With that being said, I mean, I like Cynthia. I didn't really appreciate Cynthia the first go around as I did in Atlanta rewatch, and then I realized how unintentionally hilarious Cynthia is. She can just sit there and I crack up at Cynthia. I like her serving the auntie role and kind of guiding the girls in the right direction or kind of trying to bring the girls together. I'm enjoying Cynthia. I like her in this friend role. So hey,
Fair. For me, I enjoy Cynthia as well in this role. It always cracks me up. Like, it's the smaller moments for Cynthia, like Jared said. Like, Cynthia's number one quote that she says when something is about to pop up. Well, what is going on? Wait, what's happening, Cynthia? When you were sitting there, what are you missing? She's like, wait, when that shit happened with Brit and Angela, she's grabbing her like, well, what's going on now? What's happening, Cynthia? You were sitting there, sweet. Like we said with that scene with Porsha and Cynthia when they were in the bed, it was just such a great moment, just a great feeling and nostalgia. And I had said on the episode before, we've never really got to see Cynthia and Porsha have that level of connection. So it was just interesting when you remove certain people from the actual cast, how people can be connected.
Right.
No, they've been connected all right. You remember when Cynthia put her foot in Portia's stomach?
Okay.
They've
On
been
that boat.
connected all right.
That Mississippi came out real quick. Alabama, wherever the
Okay.
hell she from. All right, so last round, really quick, is just like a quick little fire round. It is, we pick one that we have to see come back, and one that has to go.
Mm.
All right. So first, Danielle, you go first.
One that has to come back, honestly, you'll actually be surprised that I would say that. Angela. I would
Mm.
say she needs to come back. Well, to get
So
dragged.
you a fake
No, to
ass
get
hater.
dragged. No, to
Okay.
get dragged. No, to get dragged. One that needs to go. Well, Tata, Brit.
Okay.
Dan, you're a Fangela.
She is. She is.
Yeah.
She just doesn't want to
A little
admit it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
For
giving how
now.
people. I don't like Beyonce. Then 2 years later, did y'all see the concert?
I'm a hustler in the mirror.
Yeah.
Y'all not gonna do me.
All right, who next? I'll go next. Okay, so obviously must stay Angela Oakley, baby. Bring that oak tree back. Who can go? Honestly, for me, Shamia.
Mm.
Oh,
Damn, that's just-
okay.
Sorry, Shamia.
Wow.
Shamina.
Okay,
Yeah.
Shamina.
For me, of course, Angela can come back. She has to come back. Who can go? Sorry, Chase. Drew can go.
Oh
Mm,
yeah,
okay.
no,
That's fair.
that's fair. Mm,
I'm still
yeah.
the Lulu.
For me, Angela can come back, and Brit's gotta go. I feel like
Yeah.
the number one thing to be on a show like this is at least be able to know how to read.
That's
And
fair.
Fair.
she can't even do that. That's like the basic
That's
requirement.
fair. No, that's fair.
Or at least understand to read.
Well, yeah.
I don't feel red. Was I red?
Right.
Come on, Monique. Who does that? Monique with an O, not a Y. Who does that?
Right.
But,
Okay.
mine would be me and Jared are always aligned on this. It would have to be, obviously, we're keeping Angela, and I gotta let go of Drew. Even Brit is giving more than Drew. I'm sorry.
That's fair. That's fair.
And that's where we are. All right, guys. So that is the end of our first mashup. We did so well.
That was fun.
So where can we find the Talk That Talk Reality podcast?
Go
We
ahead,
are
Fred.
on TikTok, we on Instagram, and of course we have our YouTube channel. We just kicked off our mini pods, so we're just expanding the brand. So be sure to catch us on YouTube. Check out our videos, hit the like button, and be sure to subscribe.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes.
Okay, so now where can the viewers find the Everybody Just Calm Down podcast?
You can find us on all platforms, honey. Okay. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and on Spotify. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube.
I know that's
Period.
right.
She's so extra. All right, guys. I had so much fun. We have to do this again. Maybe we
fun.
can do this
Yes.
quarterly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody got a
Yeah.
drink? Are we gonna toast for the night or with hell? Mine back gone. I'm back
Oh,
tips as hell over
look,
here.
you
Oh.
listen. Oh, child.
I finished-
Listen.
I finished my drink before we even got on the call. I was a little nervous. I don't know why.
Okay.
No.
Well,
No,
well,
this
I was
was
scared.
good.
I was scared to smoke. I was like, "Oh shit! I don't want them to say I look hot, child." You know they say I don't bring my best
Shit.
when I smoke before.
Well, look like we need an uncut version so we can all do that on the back end.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Okay, on Patreon. Okay.
But all right, guys, it was a great
Thank
time.
you.
Yeah.
Peace.
Bye,
Peace, y'all.
guys.
Bye.